Alright, what's up, guys? It's Devon back here, doing the research show for the Zurich Classic this week, the team event that we are seeing. A little review of last week. I had my single entry lineup did not do too good. Max Homa just did not perform. I did enter into a lot of like 3 maxes. So the lineup I wish I would have had in my single entry did pretty well, and I think it would have done pretty well in my single entry contest. It was a 6 for 6. The only stinker really in the lineup was Shane Lowry. I'm just curious to see. I just want to look and see where it would have ended up on a single entry board. It would have been in the top 100 of a single entry, but it is what it is. I mean, it was a lineup that was a little bit riskier, in my opinion. It was a good lineup. Like I said, the only real stinker was Shane Lowry, but the lineup had Matt Fitzpatrick, who ended up winning, Xander Schauffele, who was in 4th, Tyrrell Hatton, who was T19, Matt Kuchar, who was T19, Sahith Theegala, who was T5, and then Shane Lowry, who was pretty much dead last. So I wish that lineup would have been my single entry lineup, but it was not. But it allowed me to get some kind of break even basically on Draftkings. Didn't hit an outright this week. The only bet I hit was Matt Kuchar top 20, and it was a dead heat. Got chopped, so it really wasn't much anyways. So yeah, so it was an alright week. It sucked that I didn't have that one lineup as my single entry, but it is what it is. So we move on. So yeah, the Zurich Classic is a team event, teams of 2. And so some of the rules behind this format is the cut line. So there is 80 teams. So there's 160 players, 80 teams. And the cut line is actually the top 33 in ties. So a lot of the teams get cut out of, this tournament after the second round. So there's 4 rounds, obviously, just like typical, but the format for these rounds are rounds 1 and 3 are 4-ball. So each player will play their own ball. So, for instance, Collin Morikawa and Max Homa playing 4-ball in rounds 1 and 3. They both will play their own ball, and then whoever has the better score, that is the score that counts. And then in rounds 2 and 4, it's foursomes, rotating tee shots. So, like, again, using Collin Morikawa and Max Homa for an example. If Max Homa tees off on hole 1, Collin Morikawa is going to tee off on hole 2 no matter what. Even if he finishes the previous hole, he will be hitting the tee shot. So one player hits the tee shots on odd holes, and one player hits tee shots on even holes. And then it's alternate shot from there. So if Homa tees off, Collin hits the next shot, Homa hits the next shot, Collin hits the next shot, so on and so forth. But no matter what, even if Collin Morikawa is the last shot on the previous hole, he would tee up on the next even number hole tee, no matter what. So yeah, we got a list of the teams. There are some interesting pairings, and so when we look at this, I'm just going to look at strokes gained total over the last 24 rounds, and on Fantasy National, each player is listed on their own. They're not listed with their teammates, so we'll look at some of the notable teams that I wrote down. I wrote down 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 teams that I thought were really interesting. So just to take a look here, this is the team list. It's on PGA Tour Communications Twitter page. So you have Matt Fitzpatrick, who just won, playing with his brother Alex Fitzpatrick. Not a team I'm gonna be interested in, really. So I didn't write them down. I just wanted to note that, Fitzpatrick won, and he's gonna be playing here with his brother. So some of the teams that I wrote down to start, Colin Morikawa and Max Homa. Great team. Both great approach players. Colin's kind of shaky with the putter. Max is pretty good with the putter. Colin's shaky, around the green, chipping, getting out of sand. Max is okay at it. And Colin's short but accurate off the tee. Max can get it up there but can get a little wayward with it. So it's an interesting team, especially, on those rounds where they're taking who scores better. They're going to score really well. So they really need to take advantage of the first round and then just kind of get it done in the second round to make the cut. The next team that I thought was really interesting is the third on this list on the screen. Siwoo Kim and Tom Kim. Electric. That's an electric pairing there. Tom and Siwoo can both get it going really hot, and if they come, I wouldn't be surprised if you could almost see them like birdie 10 out of the 18 holes in the first round just by taking the best score out of who does better. So Siwoo and Tom Kim are very interesting to me. Sam Burns and Billy Horschel seem to always do well here. It's just a format that really suits them as a pair. Billy obviously has had his problems recently, but I just feel like a format change could really help him. And Burns has been pretty damn good. Won at the match play. He's been playing pretty well, so it'll be interesting to see if Billy weighs him down or if Billy takes advantage of this format that he's always seemed to be good at. So yeah, it's an interesting pairing. And then you got Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay, who are the defending champs. Both great all-around players. I guess the only downside to Patrick Cantlay is slow play. Everybody seems to be making jokes about that, so I guess I'd throw the one in there. So yeah, they're obviously a very interesting group. The next one down on this list, Kurt Kitayama and Taylor Montgomery. I think that's a pretty good group. Kurt has won this year, won at Arnold Palmer. Taylor is electric. He can get hot. He can score. Kurt can do the same thing. I think this is an electric group. I think you could see them at the top of the leaderboard on Sunday. So I'm really excited to see like odds for the Zurich Classic, because there are some interesting teams that I think could actually do good and win. So yeah, Kurt Kitayama and Taylor Montgomery are one of those teams. The next team I have wrote down, which is a very interesting pairing. These guys, I think, either lost their typical partners to live or nope. So Sungjae last year played with Benny On, who Benny On's playing with someone else, and Keith Mitchell. I don't know if he played this or not. He might not have. Oh, right there, Brant Snedeker. Oh, interesting. Big upgrade for Keith Mitchell. Probably a big upgrade for Sungjae Im too. But that is an interesting group. Both can score. Sungjae is just good all around. Keith has an elite driver. it's going to be a really interesting group. The next group that I have wrote down is Thomas Dietrich and Victor Perez. Thomas Dietrich's been great on the PGA Tour. We've seen a little bit of Victor Perez, but he's been great on the DP World Tour. Great putter. Thomas Dietrich can get it going. He can score really good. So I think that is a very interesting pairing as well. One of my favorite pairings is Sahith Theegala and Justin Suh. Both these guys can score, can really rack up birdies. Be interesting to see how they do on alternate shot, but when they're playing four ball, and they're taking the best score on round 1, and if they make it to round 3, I think those guys can really rack it up. So Suh had a really bad Sunday at the RBC Heritage. Sahith played outstanding on the weekend to really shoot up the leaderboard. So I could see these guys possibly getting their first PGA Tour win at this event this week. Get 2-year exemptions, get the FedEx Cup points. I think I could see them winning it, and I'm really curious to see what their number is going to be on odds boards. Next group pairing I have is Brandon Wu and Joseph Bramlett. Both can, again, really get it going. Bramlett's got a elite distance driver, can hit some approach shots. The putter is a little worrisome for him. And Brandon Wu has shown that he can compete in big events. So I like that pairing as well. It's a very interesting pairing. The next couple of groups are pairings that I wouldn't have expected to do good, but ended up, the first one ended up in third. It was Sam Ryder and Doc Redman. So maybe they can carry that momentum from last year in. Sam Ryder has been playing really well this year. Not much to say about Doc Redman, but Sam Ryder's putter has been just lights out. So maybe they can make a run at it again. I mean, like I said, third last year, only lost to Cantlay, Schauffele, and Burns and Horschel. And then the other pairing that I have right after them that finished T4 was Aaron Rai and David Lipsky. So looking at two pairings that played this event together before, and Rai's been playing decent. Ryder's been playing decent. And then I guess Lipsky and Redmond are kind of they could weigh the other member of their team down. Another interesting one that I liked was Wyndham Clark and Bo Hostler. Wyndham Clark's approach play has been just out of this world. He can bomb it. Bo can bomb it. They both can score really well, can rack up birdies. Bo's done it countless times. Wyndham continues to do it over and over again. So that's another pairing that I think can be at the top of the leaderboard on Sunday. And then the last pairing I had on this list was Ben Griffin and Ryan Gerard. Two rookies, playing well. I could see them doing well at this event. I think they're going to be lower on the odds board. I think they're going to be cheaper on Draftkings. So I like them. So another thing that we need to talk about is on Draftkings. What they did last year was, again, for instance, Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay. When they price these teams on Draftkings, you can put both of them in your lineup, but they're going to be the same price. So Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay will probably be the most expensive team because they're the defending champ, because they're two of the best golfers in this field, probably the two best golfers in this field at the moment. They're going to be the highest priced on DraftKings. So let's say DraftKings prices them at like 10-8. They'll both be 10-8. You can put them both in your lineup, but you're going to be hurting yourself. So sometimes it's going to be advantageous to double up on the partners when they're maybe cheaper. But realistically, you're only going to be playing one of like Xander or Patrick Cantlay or like Max Homa and Colin Morikawa, Sam Burns, Billy Horschel. You're only going to be playing one of those because those pairings are going to be the most expensive. So you do got to take that in for when you're making lineups. Ownership is going to look weird this week because you could have like Patrick Cantlay at like 10%, and it's like, whoa, Patrick Cantlay's at 10%, but he's relying on Xander Schauffele, but Xander could be 40%. So it doesn't matter which one of the two you put in the group, they're gonna get the same score regardless. So maybe like taking advantage of a team that's lower on the DraftKings pricing that you think is gonna do well. And let's say they're listed at 7,000. Maybe if you think they can compete and they can be in the top of the leaderboard, you play them both. And you're saving some salary elsewhere, and you can get two of these elite pairings or three of that, really good pairings. One player from each of those pairings in the lineup because you doubled up on a team that is cheaper and saving your salary. So that's where I would look to double up, but I would not be doubling up the elite pairings. I'd only be playing one. I wouldn't worry about ownership other than like if you're looking at a team together. So let's say like Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele are combined ownership are going to be like 60%. And then you get a team like, I guess what would be close is like Sam Burns, Billy Horschel, and let's say their combined ownership is like 30%. So they're like half the ownership of Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. That's where you would make the pivot. You're not going to be pivoting by, well, Xander is 40% owned and Cantlay is 20% owned, so I'm going to play Cantlay. Doesn't matter like that. Got to think about that when we're putting lineups together. So what I'm looking at right here, right now, is the strokes gained total. I'm looking at the top over the last 24 rounds. So you're going to have Max Homa, number 1 in strokes gained total, Patrick Cantlay, 2, Sam Stevens, 3, Colin Morikawa, 4. So you have the pairing of Max Homa and Colin Morikawa in the top 5 of strokes gained total. Wyndham Clark is 5, Ben Martin is 6, Xander Schauffele 7, Nick Taylor 8, Justin Suh 9, Sahith Theegala 10. That pairing, Justin Suh and Sahith Theegala, I really, really like, and I'm gonna hammer them. I'm gonna be playing them. I'm gonna be betting them. I really like that pairing. I think that's an electric pairing. And you can see Justin Suh and Sahith Theegala, DraftKings points scored. Suh is 13th, Sahith is 11th. So I really like that pairing. And then like you got like the team like Colin Morikawa's 4th in DraftKings points and Max Homa is 2nd. So, and Cantlay's 5, Xander's 6. So I really will be looking at Cantlay and Xander. I've got question marks on Homa and Morikawa just because like Homa hasn't looked good the last 2 weeks, and Colin has, and it's gonna take both of them. And Colin's putter is just scary. So I don't know. I mean, like if you're looking at it, look at this. Colin Morikawa in this field is 121st in strokes gained putting. Max Homa is 4th in strokes gained putting, and then looking at around the green. Max is 71st, Colin's 36th. So they're both great on the approach. They're 2nd and 3rd on approach, strokes gained approach. Colin's strokes gained off the tee is 11th and Homa's 29th. But ball striking wise, 3rd and 1st. So I just want to run through some of the teams I was talking about. So talking about Siwoo Kim and Tom Kim. So you can see here, Tom Kim is 23rd in strokes gained total, 22nd in ball striking. Siwoo's 21st in ball striking. Siwoo's 15th off the tee. Tom is 42nd off the tee. Tom's 19th on approach. Siwoo Kim is 52nd on approach. And then they both are just kind of average around the green. And then Tom Kim's putter has actually been kind of bad recently, whereas Siwoo's has been average. So I still think they're an electric group. If they both can feed off each other and get something going, I really think that they can get the ball rolling and just score and be there. So I really like that pairing. I think that's a pretty volatile pairing to play, but I do like it. And then looking at Burns and Horschel. So Burns, last 24 rounds, his ball striking has been bad. His approach play has been bad. He's third with the putter, 9th in Draftkings points scored, 33rd around the green, 25th off the tee, and then he's 4th in short game. That's a combination of around the green and putting. Let's look at Billy. Billy is... yikes. Billy is 105th in strokes gained ball striking over the last 24 rounds, 144th off the tee, 53rd on approach, 42nd around the green, and 72nd with the putter. So, I don't know. Maybe the format change can really help Billy out. Next team, we don't need to go over Xander and Cantlay. They obviously are going to be the favorite. There's a reason. They're both really good. I mean, we can see them here on this front page. Cantlay is 2nd in strokes gained total, 2nd in tee to green, 2nd in ball striking, 1st off the tee, 16th on approach. His around the green play is kind of average, 69th, and then with the putter, he's 24th. And Xander, 8th in ball striking, 18th in short game, 50th off the tee, 5th on approach, 35th around the green, and 22nd with the putter. So they got a well-balanced team. And where Xander lacks off the tee, Patrick Cantlay's elite. And where Cantlay kind of lacks on approach, Xander's been elite. So they're both good putters. I like that pairing. It's going to be obvious that people are going to go to them. They're going to open as the favorite on the betting board. So it is what it is. Next, Kurt Kitayama and Taylor Montgomery. So Kurt Kitayama comes in 65th in strokes gained total. He's 28th in ball striking, which I like. 71st off the tee. Yeah. I guess him and Taylor are kind of going to be like that. They're going to be spraying it all around. So 26 on approach, 40th around the green, 56 with the putter. So average, but he can get it going. Taylor Montgomery. Woo. Yeah. Ball striking, he's 120th. 58th off the tee. 151st on approach. 32nd around the green and 2nd with the putter. So it's going to be a volatile pairing, but man, if they can get it going, they're going to do really well. Sungjae Im and Keith Mitchell. So Sungjae is 10th in ball striking, 9th off the tee, 22nd in approach, 5th around the green, 46th with the putter, and 14th in DK points scored. So, hey, elite from Mr. M. And then Keith Mitchell, actually really good as well. So he's 9th in ball striking, 3rd off the tee, 67th on approach, so he's average on approach, 34th around the green and 67th with the putter, but he is 8th in DraftKings points scored. So Sungjae and Keith Mitchell are actually a team I'm probably going to be looking at. I'll probably be betting, and I will be playing on DraftKings. So I'm really interested in that pairing. I think they can really go low. I'm just going over the teams that I thought were really interesting when I looked at it at first. Obviously, when pricing comes out, it'll probably change a little bit, but Dietrich and Victor Perez. So Dietrich is 37th in strokes gained total, 69th in ball striking, 107th off the tee, 54th on approach, 108th around the green, and 51st with the putter. Man, I thought he was doing pretty good recently. He's been making cuts, basically top 40 every event. Yeah. But he can get it rolling if he gets it rolling, so I like him. So And then Victor Perez's numbers are not going to look that good because he hasn't played a lot on the PGA Tour. Really good with the putter, though. Really good with the putter. His approach play is not bad. If we look at what he's done his last few times out on the PGA Tour. So, I guess he only played Valspar and he played the match play. He was 45th at Valspar. Gained 2.4 strokes putting. 0.7 on approach, 2.9 off the tee, and his around the green play was horrendous, losing 4.3 strokes. So, but he can get it going. Him and Dietrich could get it going, so they're going to be someone I'm looking at. We talked about Justin Suh and Sahith Theegala. These guys are probably, like, honestly, they're probably my favorite team. They're both going to be off the tee. I'll do a little bit more research about the course for tomorrow's Draftkings show, but you know, if they can spray it and it's not penalizing, they're gonna be okay. Justin Suh's 38th in ball striking, 81st off the tee, 29th on approach, 64th around the green, and he's 10th with the putter. So I really like the hot putters. I need the guys that can putt well. And Sahith, he's not like one of those guys that can putt well, but he can score, man. He can score, and he played well this weekend. He played well at the Masters. He's 46th with ball striking, 85th off the tee. Off the tee is going to hurt him every time. But he can hit it far, and if he can get away with spraying it and it's not really going to hurt him, I like him. I like him and Suh a lot in that case. He's 31st on approach, 25th around the green. Great hands around the green. Great hands around the green. I don't think this number represents Sahith that well. I think he has great hands around the green. He's going to be chipping in. He's going to be sticking it close, which is good when he's hitting those shots in alternate shot. And he's 93rd with the putter. So, yeah, I mean, that is what it is. But I really like it. I know it's a volatile pairing, but I really like him this week. Brandon Wu and Joseph Bramlett. So, Brandon Wu is actually 31st in strokes gained total in this field. 23rd in ball striking. His short game is what really hurts him. He's 45th off the tee, 17th on approach, 26th in Draftkings points scored, but he's 96th around the green and 129th with the putter. But he can score. He can score. Let's look at what he's done recently. 58th at Valero, miscut at Valspar, 19th at the Players, 14th at Honda, 2nd at Pebble Beach. So he can get it going, and I do like the pair of him and Bramlett. So looking at Bramlett now. Bramlett is 35th in strokes gained total in this field. 37th in ball striking. Again, kind of like Sahith and Justin Suh. If spraying it all over isn't going to be penalizing, I like Joseph Bramlett. He is 86th off the tee. But he's 25th on approach, 37th around the green, and then what's really going to hurt him is the putter. So it sounds like the downfall of this pairing is going to be the putter. But they can score, man. They can score a lot. Next up, Aaron Rai and David Lipsky. So Rai's 42nd in strokes gained total. Also, the stats for Heritage haven't been loaded in, so this could change a little bit. But look at Rai. 12th in tee to green, 24th in ball striking, 23rd off the tee, 40th on approach, 19th around the green, really good around the green. What really hurts him is his putter, 132nd in this field in putting. So that's kind of the downside of Aaron Rai. And then Lipsky, oh man, yikes. Really bad off the tee, 119th off the tee. He's 43rd in ball striking now, 11th on approach, really good approach player. And he's 16th around the green. So these guys both are really good on approach and really good around the green. Both not good off the tee and both absolutely horrendous with the putter. But if they're sticking it, and if they're sticking it on their approach shots in, or if they're saving par from around a green, that's really good. If they're avoiding bogeys, I'm really happy with that. Next up, Sam Ryder and Doc Redman. So Ryder is 14th in strokes gained total in this field, 81st in ball striking. He's 121st off the tee, 64th on approach, 97th around the green, and first in putting. So that's an elite skill set right there that we need to look at. Doc Redman is 90th in strokes gained total in this field, 104th in ball striking, 73rd off the tee. His approach play is horrendous, 112th. His around the green is horrendous, 158th. But he's got a good putter, 17th. Two really good putters in a pairing, both absolutely garbage around the green. Doc's better off the tee. They did well last year, but man, those numbers are not. Man, I don't know. They might come off the list. Wyndham Clark, 5th in strokes gained total in this field, 6th in ball striking, 52nd off the tee, 4th on approach, 27th around the green, 77th with the putter, but 3rd in Draftkings points scored. Now let's take a look at Beau Hossler. I'm curious. Oh boy, 94th in ball striking. He's 27th off the tee, so that's really good. He's 44th around the green. That's pretty damn good. 73rd with the putter. He's like average in this field. But he's 136th on approach. Yikes. Well, I guess when Wyndham Clark is hitting the approach shots and Beau Hossler is hitting the tee shots on alternate shot, they might be pretty dangerous. It's just putting. So, and then the last group I have is Ben Griffin and Ryan Gerard. Ben Griffin is 36th in strokes gained total in this field. He's 100th in ball striking. Yikes. 59th off the tee, 122nd on approach. He's first around the green, and he's 15th in putting. So that's really good. He's got a really elite short game. And then Ryan Gerard, 49th in strokes gained total, 20th in ball striking. Okay, so he's average off the tee, 55th. He's 18th on approach. So bad around the green, bad with the putter, but good off the tee and good on approach. Whereas Ben Griffin was bad off the tee, bad on approach, elite around the green and with the putter. So that is pretty interesting to see. It's going to be another volatile pairing, but we got to take some chances. And yeah, that just rounds out my guys that I was looking at. Something I wanted to look at is what does this bring up? Does this bring up like birdies and better gain? Because I'm really interested in seeing that. Yes, perfect. So, opportunities gain. Wyndham Clark is 1, Davis Riley 2, Tom Hoagie 3, Kurt Kitayama 4. Who's Kurt? With Taylor Montgomery. Okay, Patrick Cantlay 5, David Lipsky 6. Okay, who's Lipsky with? I already forgot. Aaron Rye. Okay, interesting. Ryan Gerard is also 6, and he's with Ben Griffin. Okay. Ryan Palmer is who's Ryan Palmer playing with? He's not playing with John Rahm. Ben Martin 9, Michael Kim 10. Sandra is 11th. Siwoo is 16th. Okay. What else we got? Morikawa and Homa 21st and 22nd. Sungjae's 23rd. Woo is 24th. Ryder's 31st. Keith Mitchell's 32nd with Sungjae's 23rd. Okay, I like that. Bramlett's 41st. Alright, what about birdies or better gain? Let's see. Sam Stevens 1st, Patrick Cantlay 2nd, Homa 3rd, Wallace 4th, Montgomery 5th. Okay. So who's Montgomery with? Kurt Kitayama. So Kurt Kitayama is 4th in opportunities gain, and Taylor Montgomery's 5th in birdies or better gain. Okay. Akshay Bhatia is 7th. Wyndham Clark is 6th. So he's 1st in opportunities gain, 6th in birdie or better. Who is Wyndham Clark with again? Beau Hossler. Interesting. Sungjae is 8th in birdies or better gain. Keith Mitchell 10th. Good pairing. I like that. Sahith Theegala 11th. Burns is 12th. Morikawa 13th. Suh is 15th. So Theegala and Suh are 11th and 15th in birdies or better gained. I like that a lot. Eagles gained. Anybody notable up here? Taylor Montgomery's 5th in Eagles. Okay. Wyndham Clark's 10th in Eagles. Ryan Gerard is 11th. Okay. Schauffele is 14th. Bo Hassel is 13th. So Bo and Wyndham Clark. Okay. Birdie's gained. Let's see what we got here. Patrick Cantlay's 2nd. Sungjae's 4th. Homa 6th. Theegala 7th. Who's Taylor Moore playing with, real quick? I just want to... I wish there was an easier way to look at this. I'm just curious, because Taylor Moore's been playing really good. More. Doesn't even see it, because I sure don't see it. Taylor Moore. Is he not on this first page? He's got to be on the second page. Who's he playing with? Taylor Moore. Am I just not seeing his name? Was he on the first page? Because I am curious who he's playing with, because... Oh, I'm so sorry for this dead air. I just want to see. I thought he was at the bottom of this page, but I guess he's not. Taylor Pendrith. I'm just going to look for Taylor now. Taylor Moore. Matthew Neesmith. Interesting. Okay. That's an interesting one. What are we on? Birdies gained. So Sahith is 7th in birdies gained. Justin Suh 17th. I'm telling you, Sahith Theegala and Justin Suh, man. I'm running to get them. Bogeys avoided. That's what I like to see. Ryder 1st. Fitzpatrick 2nd. Tom Kim 3rd. Wyndham Clark 4th. Wyndham Clark is just elite in these categories, except for doubles avoided. Homa 6th. Schauffele 8th. Theegala 10th. Morikawa 11th. Thomas Dietrich 14th. Where's Justin Suh in this one? So Theegala looks pretty elite in these. Where the frick is Justin? Justin Suh's 58th and bogeys avoided. Hey, I'm telling you what, man. I'm going to be putting a lot of money on Justin Suh at Theegala. I like what I'm seeing. I don't know what it is. It's just volatile. This is gonna be a crazy week. I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of people won't be looking forward to it, but I will be. So, yeah, we'll have the DraftKings show with my bets and everything tomorrow night when pricing comes out. I'm not taking this week off like a lot of people are. I'm excited. I'm going to lose a lot of money on Sahith Theegala and Justin Suh, but that is what it is. So, yeah, it's probably going to be Sahith Theegala and Justin Suh and Wyndham Clark and Bo Hassler that are going to lose me a lot of money, but here I am. So, yeah, that'll do it for this research show. Hopefully that helps you out in making some picks and a first look and everything like that. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the DraftKings show, and let's try to get some money this week. Let's try to win back what we lost this week. Well, what I lost, that was my first not so good week in a little bit, so that's all right. I'll take the last 2 weeks before that, though. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for the DraftKings show. That'll be it for tonight. Let's go to Theegala and Suh.